Happy Saturday!
Woohoo!
Woohoo! Kyrie was like, "What are you waving your arms like that for, crazy woman?" Hope everybody is having a good Saturday or Sunday or whatever it is in your part of the world.
Evening,
I've
morning,
learned
afternoon.
it is not always, where how it is in my neck of the woods. Hope everyone is well. We're gonna do a sprint at 10 after. So I just want to say hi to everybody. I got to make a phone call. So I would have done it before, but it just kind of came up. So I'm going to get on that. But what are you reading today, Storm?
I am starting, because I haven't even started yet, but I'm going to start an audiobook of In the Sea of Winter by Christine Day. I believe that's what it's called.
The Sea in Winter.
Yeah, it's the last book I need to fill out my prompts for family. I looked. I'm like, ooh, it was the last one. So I'm like, I got to fit it in. And it's only a 4-hour audiobook, so I'll be okay.
You should get that done, no problem.
Yeah. Yeah. Awesome. What about you, Sarah? What are you reading?
I am going to be reading a women's fiction novel, trying to finish it today. That's my goal. The Shore House by Heidi something or another. It's, a very summery, beachy kind of, families don't get along, then they get along. It's fine.
Yeah, gotcha. I am reading Murder at the Lake House Library.
Ooh.
I am 28% into it. I'm liking it. I know it's been one that people either liked or it's very polarized. I feel like I'm enjoying it. I mean, I don't think it's going to be one of my favorites, but I'm definitely enjoying it. And I would definitely, as of right now, continue the series. So I am reading that.
I'm curious about that one, because I know some people have liked it and haven't liked it. So,
yeah. Yeah.
And it's a library cozy, and that's my jam.
Yes.
So
Yeah. So, hey, Anita, there's a thunderstorm here in New Jersey, and I'm going to be reading A Botanist's Guide to Parties and Poisons by Kate Gavari.
How are you liking that, Anita? I have got that. That one's spoiler for my June TVR. That one's on there because I have an e-arc and I need to get that one done.
Is that a cozy or is it just a fiction? Okay.
It's just a historical mystery, I think.
Gotcha. I like the name. Hey, Cav. Kev said excited to get started on a new to me cozy mystery series, Evanfall Witches B&B series by Aurora Lee Wallace. I'll be listening to The Company of Witches, courtesy of my library.
I feel like somebody's read that and really liked it.
I do too. That's why I was asking. Have you read that, Storm? I do too. I know I've heard somebody mention that and say it was they liked it. Interesting. We'll get to the bottom of it. Hey, Kate, I'm reading No Greater Crime, The Country Store number 9 by Maddie Day. Awesome. Hi, everyone. Hi, Nadine. I have no idea what I'm going to read this morning. My Lighthouse book pick, Tied and Punched by Brie Baker, number 3 in the Seaside Cafe. Nice. Right after the sprint, we'll discuss them. Let us know what you rated it, Nadine. Hello, Anita. Hello, Nancy. She said, hello, everyone. Finishing up Royal Assassin by Robin Hobb. Behind as I was making a chicken parmesan casserole with spaghetti squash for me this morning for dinner. That sounds really good. Finishing my reading on Royal and moving to The Skeleton Haunts a House by Lee Perry. Nice. Hey, gamer. It's good to see ya. Oh, boy. Mama, oh, boy. Hey, Storm. He's here. Hi, everyone. I'm reading A Case of Cat and Mouse by Sophie Kelly. It's number 12 in the Magical Cats. I'll be starting it during the first sprint. Nice. 2 minutes. Hi, Jane. I'm reading 1-2 Buckle My Shoe. Oh, my God. I love the title. Adorable. She should have did the whole nursery rhyme as
like a series or something.
The next book, 3, 4. Yeah.
Exactly. Hello. Zoo said, good afternoon from an overcast Rhode Island. The book of cold cases should cool down the increasing temperature and humidity outside a little. The book of cold
cases. We were supposed
That's
to
one by Simone St. James. It was so good.
It's a spooky one. You wouldn't want to read it.
Yeah, it does. It does sound scary.
We were supposed to have nice day, no like rain for 4 days, and what's it do?
Rains.
It rains. Yeah. I was gonna mow after we got done with everything, and now I'm like, now it's gonna be wet again, so I have to wait, and hopefully Monday it'll be like okay. Hopefully.
Anita said, I consider it cozy-ish. It's a little slow but good. So that's the botanist one I think she's talking about. Hey, Susan G. Hi, everyone. I'm reading Candy Cane Crime by Amanda Flowers, number 5.5.
Nice.
Awesome.
That one was really cute.
I can't wait for, I think it's August that Peanut Butter Panic comes out.
September or August, somewhere around there, yeah.
I think it's August, and then September is the historical fiction that comes out.
I have the historical fiction from NetGalley right now.
Me too. I'm so excited.
We should buddy read it ahead of time, Storm.
There we go. Yeah.
And then I'm not sure when she has another matchmaking, but
I think it might be November or something. I know somebody. Well, Melmac. Melmac has talked about it, and I think it's later in the year.
Yes, Melmac will definitely know. Ooh, 10 after. I'm just going to do these two comments. I will have to leave at 1, but I did read Mirth, The Lighthouse by Francis Evsom. I gave it 3 stars if I missed the discussion. Gotcha. Titan Punch, my guy, a solid 4 stars for me. Loving this series. Nice. All right. So, do we want to do to the top of the hour? Is that too long?
It's whatever. I mean, you have to make phone calls, and you have to. So if you need a
don't rush yourself if you have to.
Okay, we'll go to the top of the hour, and then we'll start discussing as soon as we get back.
Good.
With everybody. All right, everyone. Enjoy. Happy reading. If you're coming in, hello. We're happy you're here. Let us know what you're reading, and we will be back. How was your sprints? Oh, boo boo. Okay, good.
Good. I got to 30% into the Sea of Winter. So.
Awesome.
Nice.
Are you enjoying it?
Yeah, it's okay. It's a middle grade contemporary, and I'm not a huge contemporary middle grade person. But, I mean, I think I've read the most in this 1 month of contemporary ones that I'm kind of over the contemporary, but
Gotcha. So,
Yeah, I'm not quite halfway through the Shore House, so my goal is to get it done today, but I'm flying through it on audio, so it's an easy read.
excellent.
And I cast on a sock.
all right.
Okay.
Get
I got about, I don't know, 5%. I didn't read much. I was on the phone quite a bit of the time. Kev's on his way here. To summarize, everything's fine, but he's having car trouble in his brand new car, like brand new. And it broke down. It actually broke down. He was originally, when we started at noon, driving down the interstate with his hazards on.
Oh,
But now he is on the side of the road waiting for a tow truck, and the tow truck said that the nearest dealership is 45 minutes away. So God only knows about that. And we're trying to coordinate what, I don't know what's going to happen next. So there's a possibility we might have to rearrange today, or I don't know. I'm just, so we'll see. Maybe nothing, but so
How close was he
phone
to
calls.
be in Florida when that happened?
What's that?
How close was he to home when that happened?
Oh God, no. He's like, yeah.
So he's still really far away.
Oh yeah, about 15 hours, 12 hours, maybe 12 hours.
Mm-hmm.
So kind of just getting started when it happened then, kind of.
Closer to getting started than, yeah. He's about 4 hours from Illinois or from Missouri, so anyways, so we will see what happens. I don't know. He's already, just worrying about coordinating the next couple days because it's a holiday weekend. They're not open tomorrow. They're of course not open Monday.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll figure it out. It'll be fine. Everything, he's safe. Everybody's safe. Nothing's
That's
wrong.
the most important thing.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah,
There airport around, he could get a flight.
it's a mess. It's a mess. Well, that's the thing. So the only reason he drove was because since he's working from home, he had to bring like 3 monitors and all this other stuff. Like,
Okay.
that's the only reason he drove in the first place. So it'll all get figured out. But he's a little panicked because he doesn't know where he's at and doesn't know what's going to happen. And he's
Agreed.
He's by himself and all that stuff is happening.
Yeah,
It's very nerve-wracking.
So,
yeah.
So so we'll see. It'll,
That's
but I did read about 5%, and I'm enjoying it. I'll be interested to see what the people that didn't like about it, because so far it seems like a pretty, standard cozy to me. I don't know.
I knew Mel would know.
What's that?
Said I knew Mel would know. She knew.
Peanut Butter Panic is scheduled to be released August 23rd, 2 days before my birthday. It's going to be Hazardous is scheduled to be released on December 27th. I knew Peanut Butter Panic was for sure in August because Amanda Flower is going to come back and talk about that and about her historical. I mean, she'll probably talk about all her books, but I mean, like, that was kind of the plan at some point. So, but I'm really excited. And then, yes, December 27th. I really like the Amish matchmaking series.
Me too.
Meg said, hello. Reading Wonder Woman Warbringer graphic novel by Lee Berdugo, Louise Simpson, and Kit Seaton. Listening to Go Tell the Bees That I Am Gone by Diana Gabaldon. And Bravely by Maggie Steffeder. Wow, you are reading a lot. I love it. Are you enjoying all of them? Which one are you enjoying the most?
She is a multi-reader like I am, so
or like me, yeah.
Like
in the middle of several others as well. Jeez. I'm always trying to squeeze in just a bit more reading at the end of the month. Okay, I get you. So Sarah, While I'm reading the next few comments before we get started on the scavenger hunt picks, are you okay with reading the Goodreads summary?
Yes.
Okay. Cav said, and I'll go back up in a minute. I'm just going to read through a few more comments while she's getting set up, and then I know some people already put up their reads, so I'll go back up to them as well. Water Cozy, Fishers of Menace by Wendy Havel. Strong Christian faith element, so that if that isn't your jam, this might not be the book for you. Solid mystery, great cozy vibe. I really enjoyed it.
I've never heard of that before.
Sorry, Kev just texted me. Okay. I have not either. So you're finished with it, or are you in the middle of reading it?
Faith and Foils #1. So it is a Christian-based cozy mystery. That is awesome.
I love it. I love it. And what is the theme?
It looks like it's just it's a bookstore cozy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it says, welcome to Baneford, where townsfolk are family, tea is hot, and murder is inevitable.
I love it. I love it.
Right? It looks adorable.
Tiffany, read the next comment down. It goes with it.
Oh, and it was recommended in the comments in one of these sprints a couple of weeks ago. I forgot who, though. Sorry, but thanks for the recommendation. Canadian author and
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah, that's why I thought I was like, read that when it goes with it.
Ooh, and setting as well. Ooh, okay. I might have to add this one to my list.
Yeah, I remember it was when we were talking about how there wasn't that many Canadian set cozies, and I remember somebody mentioning that author. But yeah,
so is this the book #1, Fishers of Menace?
Correct. And it's on KU if anyone's interested.
I am interested. Thank you.
And it's on audio.
Ooh, that's even better.
Yeah,
that's even better.
It went higher up on the list.
Okay, so let me
yeah.
Let me go back to these first scavenger hunt picks. Tide and Punishment. Okay. So Tide and Punishment. So Seaside Cafe series. The first book is called Living Lit Chai. And Sarah probably knows more about the series than I do. I've read like the first 2, but I know Sarah's read the whole thing.
I've read the whole series. Yeah, it's about Everly Swan, who owns a tea shop in I think it's North Carolina. It's on the Outer Banks. And she has 2 eclectic aunts, and she stumbles across dead bodies. And I absolutely loved it. I thought it was great.
It is an iced tea shop.
Iced tea, my bad. Yes.
No, well, the only reason I say that is because I think when we say tea shop, when I hear that, I know it's not because I know the series. But if somebody told me that they were reading a tea shop cozy, I would 100% assume
a hot
little
tea.
Cups and saucers.
Right. Yeah, absolutely.
Very British.
A little tea house, Pinky. You know what I mean?
And she also does snacks and things like that as well. And I do find what I like is that there's a bit of magical, I don't want to say magical realism because there's nothing mystical that happens, but the ants are very, I use the word eclectic, but they remind me so much of the ants from the movie Practical Magic. I get that vibe from them. You know what I mean?
Yes. Awesome, Nadine. And she gave it 4 stars. I saw her say later on.
Excellent.
Because I asked her what she rated it, and I saw somewhere she put in here. Here it is. 4 stars for me. Loving the series. And I already forgot what number she said it was that she was reading.
I think it's
3, I think.
4? I
think it was 3.
3.
So Annie said her scavenger hunt pick is Mimi Lee Reads Between the Lines by Jennifer Chow and gave it 4 stars.
Oh, I have this one, I think. A Sassy Cat Mystery #2. She's a pet groomer. Takes place in Los Angeles.
Nice.
And don't forget Nancy's. It was up above 2.
Oh, okay. Thank you. I tried to go back up and see. I feel like, she writes another series that's coming out this year that I really, really want to read. It's a tea shop. First book is going to be called Death by Bubble Tea. It has the best cover. Look at that. Look. Yeah.
Oh, that's nice. Oh, the LA Night Market.
It's got
is what the series is called.
Really
Two
cool.
cousins start a local food stall at their local night market.
I'm really excited about it.
Yeah, that looks really cute.
An incredible cover. It's coming out soon, I think.
Night markets are
July
interesting.
5th.
July 5th. Okay. What did you say, Storm?
I said night markets are interesting. We went to some of those, like in the Philippines.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. I guess I thought it was a tea shop because of the name, but I knew I'd looked at it and it sounded interesting. I love the cover. Murder at the Lighthouse by Frances Evesham gave it 3 stars.
I'm gonna have way too many columns open here.
I don't know what this series is. What'd you say?
I'm gonna have way too many windows open because it's like I'm saving books for like.
Oh no!
This one sounds good, and that one sounds good. Murder at the Lighthouse. Moira at the Lighthouse. By Frances Evesham. Exham on Sea Mysteries. EXHAM. Love Agatha Christie style murder mysteries, cozy crime, clever animals, and cake. And Murder at the Lighthouse, the first in a fun series of mysteries set in a small English seaside town in Somerset.
Oh.
It looks like it's self-published.
Okay.
Yeah, it looks cute, actually.
Nice. Nice. Thanks, Nancy.
Yeah, thank you for that recommendation.
Storm, what did you read?
I read This Side of Murder by Annalee Hubbard, and I would say it was cozy adjacent. It's not necessarily cozy, but it's a historical mystery, and I really liked it. I give it 4 stars. It's why I say it's not exactly cozy is because it's not got all that fluffy kind of coziness. It's about Verity Kent. It is the Verity Kent series, and she is mourning the loss of her husband. He was a little bit after, I think, World War One, I believe, and so he died during the war, and so she's still trying to get over that. And she gets a message to go to a engagement party by somebody that her husband knew, and she's a little intrigued by it and a little upset because the note says that her husband wasn't who she thought he was. And that saying that he was like a traitor or whatever. And so she definitely has to go to the party to figure out things. And while there, she meets some of his other friends, and somebody dies. And of course, she's got to figure it out. And then some other things happen. Surprising little twist. And it's not really twisty. I won't say it. It is in the blurb, but some people don't read all of the blurb. But yeah, it was pretty good because that's why I said it's not very cozy because it doesn't have like the quirky characters or the like small town atmosphere and stuff. But there's no like graphic violence or anything like that in it, so it's cozy that way. So that's why I say cozy adjacent.
Nice.
Excellent. I just saw Amy tell Cav that she's read all 4 of the Wendy Hewell.
Yeah, she was probably the one that
recommended. Yeah. Too. I read Muscled Out. Here's something funny. So it is the 3rd book in the main clan bake. I usually try to read series that aren't as talked about. Like Main Clan Bake is one that we chat about a lot, or at least very well known. But it just I've been so I just it didn't work out for me this month. But then this is how disorganized I am. Cozy cannot leave me. This is how no, I'm kidding. This is how disorganized I am. I read it and I was like, huh. When I got done, I had put on Goodreads that I read book number 2, and I got done with it. It was a gift on Audible. Thank you very much. To the gift from the gifter. And I was like, the covers look different. And I look and I listen to number 3. I am so disorganized. I have messed up like little itty bitty things. People are like, Did you know? And I was like, oh, I thought this is who I am. I embrace it. You should too. It's probably because I have to be like the exact opposite at work that like sometimes when I get like, I don't know, that's probably not an excuse. That's not a good excuse. But
you're just pulling a Sarah, just grabbing those ones out there in the middle of the series, and
life's too short to read books. No, and as I'm now trying my
I know
hardest,
I saw that in your
read in
video,
order.
and I was like, oh my goodness, are we rubbing off on her?
I know, right? Yeah. I still will not mood read. That's where I draw a hard line at mood reading. Give me a
oh my
TBR, I'll read
gosh.
Yeah, but
my
her
gosh.
TBR is like 50 books, so that she's technically kind of mood
I'm
reading. As she
mood
picks
reading within a set amount of books.
That's actually brilliant.
Right?
47%. That's awesome, Anita. Hello, Sherry. I'm very late. Yeah, when you came in, we were like, oh gosh, she's late again. Sherry, we're glad you're here. Did you read anything for the scavenger hunt pick? Tell us about it. Finished 1, 2, buckle my shoe. 3 stars. I read By Book or Crook by Eva Gates for the scavenger hunt pick.
I read that one too.
Is that the first in the Lighthouse Library?
First in the Lighthouse Library mystery series. Yeah, it was. I heard so many people talk about it. I've had so many. The covers of these books just appeal to me, and I loved it. I absolutely loved it. It was the epitome of a cozy mystery. Takes place in a library, quirky characters. There's a cat. I'm like, yes, this is what I want.
Yeah. I am actually caught up in this series, and a new one just came out last week.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna
probably. Yeah, I have the e-arc of it, but I'm waiting for the audiobook.
Yeah.
Well, I'm waiting to catch up to that point. I'll get there.
Oh yeah, you'll get there.
I'll get there.
So I saw you saw 3 stars for the Agatha Christie. What did you think of the Eva Gates?
Yes,
Jane.
I gave it 4 stars.
Nice. I'm glad you liked it. Yeah, I think it's a fun series.
What did you give the number 3 in your book that you read?
Oh, I gave it 4 stars. I liked it much better than the first book, because the first book I had read one other time and DNF'd. Not DNF like I hated it. I was just like, oh, I'm gonna set it aside, sort of DNF. Not like, oh, I have a problem with this book. I just couldn't get into it. So,
and everybody's loving the series, so she's got to try it again to see what happens.
Well, I tried it. I read the first one again because Cozy was like that. It's one of those series that really you have to give more than one book to. And I didn't want to start at just book 2. So I started at book 1. And then apparently I skipped book 2 because that's the way I roll.
You just really didn't want to read book 2?
I was channeling her going, skip it.
30 pages. Nice, Melmac. That's amazing. Love these novellas that feature Bailey's cousin Charlotte in the Amish candy shop. Yes.
I'm like the outcast with that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're okay, but I prefer Bailey.
I think it's a neat spin on a novella, though. Like a different way of doing it. I appreciate what the author's doing.
I do too. I think that's my biggest thing too. The newest thing that I really love, and this is more romance, but I've had a few authors in like romance that are long series romances. They'll do novellas and it'll be like a Christmas novella, and it will like give an update on every single individual couple. And I absolutely love it. I love it. And so I just love when people take different spins on like doing it. And I feel like doing it from a different perspective is like, I don't know. I just think it's fun.
My favorite way, the Heather Graham Crew of Hunters series that I love so much, that most novellas that you'll see will be like a Christmas theme, like you just said, right? Especially with romance. But with these ones, with the paranormal romance element, she actually does them all at Halloween. She puts one out every Halloween, and it's the most recent couple doing a case over Halloween. And it just, I love it. It makes my Halloween heart happy.
I've never read any of the novellas from the Crew of Hunters.
And they're all on audio, too.
I'll have to give it a try.
Yeah.
That's awesome. My scavenger hunt pick was The Lies That Bind by Kate Carlisle. which is number 3 in the Bibliophile series. I just finished it this morning. I gave it 5 stars. Absolutely loved it. It is fast becoming my favorite cozy series.
She is pushing the line with that one because you can see the skyline with the Golden Gate Bridge, and she's like, "There's water down there."
That is quite the endorsement, Mel Mac. I like it.
My spell. Helps if I spell it right.
I
was putting lines.
I have not tried this series because I don't know. This is just me. I don't know that it would keep my interest. Now, I mean, you never know till you try. But I just
She's a book restoration expert.
Yeah, I know. I just don't know that would keep my interest for.
I have the problem is that I have book 15 from NetGalley. So I'd have to go back
ways to go.
Well, that is a problem. Yeah. I think a lot has probably happened. Yeah.
That's the series.
Sarah, people have died. I guarantee it.
It's like my husband and I, if we're watching Law and Order and we miss the beginning, Garrett's like, what happened? Somebody's been murdered.
Yeah. 15 of them to be exact. Maybe 30 if there's 2 per book. So
yeah, that's the series that I'm always saying that's not quite as cozy as I expected it to be because of the foul language that was in it.
But. Ooh, okay.
Gotcha.
So just know that going into it.
Yeah.
Now I need to try the second book, and I'm like, I will try it. I told myself if I started a new series this year, I had to at least read 2 books from that series. So I still have to read the second book. But now that I know going into it, I think I'll be better. But yeah, I was like, I had it up here on my pedestal, and it fell kind of down here.
Gotcha. Yeah, and I might love it. You never know until you try something, but I'm not into antique-y kind of things. I'm not into people just like different things. And
her parents are from a commune.
Now that
things like that, so they're a little different. So that's what I was gonna say. There's some things in it that I think you would like.
Now that I would like.
Okay. I'm intrigued.
Okay, it was Annie. Okay, cool. I hope everything. Oh yeah, thank you very much, Mel Mac. Yes, it's most important that he's safe, and I think for him, he, sometimes he can get ahead of himself, and he's like, "Oh my God, they're going to be closed tomorrow, and then they're closed Monday for the holiday, and I'm supposed to be set up and working on Tuesday, and what happened?" And I think he's already kind of like, which I get, he doesn't. I get all of that, but like. I just have to tell him, it'll work itself out. As long as you're safe and everything. And I think he's really a little irritated because when I say brand new car, I mean like brand spanking new car.
Like he just bought it not that long ago, like a couple months or maybe.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And he had to go through the process because he didn't want a used car. So it's brand new, and I think that really is frustrating him too.
Yeah, because I remember you talking about that he was getting a new car.
So anyways, but yes, I agree, Moak. The most important thing is he's safe. I don't know if he'd feel that way, but I totally
yeah.
He will later, just not right
at
now.
The moment.
Yeah. My scavenger hunt pick is A Killer Ending by Karen McInerney. I gave it 5 stars. I love her. Her.
This cover is just delightful.
I love her.
Books, Beach Roses, and Bodies. Oh, it's a bookseller and a recent divorcee. Nice. Oh, Snug Harbor, Maine. Okay, I am yes, I'm adding to list. Oh, there's only 2 books in the series.
So I really, really recommend this author. I think she's very...
Is she the one that does the Graywell?
Yes, she does the Graywell Inn. And I think she's really underrated, to be honest with you. The Graywell Inn is such a good series. So good. And she has a farmy...
Dewberry Farm.
Which is also very, very good.
Cozy definitely would recommend this author because she really likes the Dewberry Farm, and I think she likes the Graywell.
She's a very, very good cozy writer, and the being able to set a setting. Her covers are always so cozy. I really think she's pretty underrated. I can't recommend it enough. Now I've never read, in all honesty, I've never read the Snug Harbor. I've read the Graywell Inn, and not the whole thing. I think I read to 5 or 6. I need to get back into it, but I read them when I was doing all physical books, and now that I can't read physical books with my eyes so much, I'm they're not on audio, so I'll find them eventually, or maybe I'll just break down and do them at least on ebook slowly or something. But I've read that one; it's great, and the Dewberry Farm is great. So I'm so glad to see that you liked it, Nita.
He also wrote a paranormal romance series.
I did not
called Tales of an Urban Werewolf.
Oh,
in case anyone's curious.
Interesting.
Yeah, about a female werewolf.
Ooh, okay.
So there you go.
Aw, thanks, Cajun. Yeah, thank you for that. My scavenger pick was Widow Tears by Susan Wigg Albert. Not a typical book in this series. 4 stars. What series is that? Susan Wigg Albert writes one of my all-time favorite series. Is it
China Bales?
Yeah.
Bayls. It's number 21 in the series.
Okay. Is that T series? No, she's a lawyer. No. Oh.
Yeah, it looks. Yeah, it's a present day Texas. Claire, the granny. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I think she's like. Yes, it looks like a lawyer.
Okay.
Okay, this series looks really good too. You guys are killing me here.
That's the fun of the scavenger hunt.
Yeah. That's why you keep your Goodreads open so you can add it to.
Yeah, that's why I really do like.
But I don't. I add it to Amazon, and then I need to buy all the things on Amazon because things only go on Goodreads if I own a copy.
That's why I have my own little books I don't own section.
I saw that. I saw one I was adding to, and you had it in there, and I'm like, oh, that's how she does it. Yeah, she's an ex-lawyer and herb shop proprietor. There you go.
She writes one of my favorite series of all time, The Darling Delias. It takes place during the Great Depression, and it's really fun because the book starts out right before the crash. And so it's really, the way the author did it was really fun because in the first book, the women get together for their garden club, and they're all talking about their husbands, and one of them like runs the bank, and she's like, he's just been so stressed, and I don't know what's going on with him, but he's just so stressed out about the bank and blah blah blah. And so we know what's going to happen as the reader. Mm-hmm. And so it was really fun. So then the whole series is them during the Great Depression, but and it's set in a very southern town, and it's about a group of garden club ladies. But to me, the most fun part, it's like sometimes at the beginning of the chapter, sometimes just in the middle of the chapter, they'll give like these like tidbits on how to like live your greatest life during the Depression, if that makes sense. So it's like how to use your like I don't know, your candle as and turn it into soap, and it'll like give like little tidbits, or how to make this, or how to stretch this supply. And I don't know, I just find that so interesting. And like I said, people like different things. Some people that like the bibliophile would be like, that sounds horrible. But to me, I just found it so interesting to read their little like, I don't know, facts or whatever. It's a really fun series, and it's one that doesn't always have a murder in every book.
Okay,
always a mystery, but not always a murder.
That's fair.
Very, very good series. Sherry said that she gave hers 4 stars. Excellent. One of Storm's favorites, Scavenger Hunt Killer Party. I was reading that as a title. I was like, really? That's the Killer Party. Tourist Trap number 9. She gave it 4 stars.
Ellen Calhoun. Yes. Very beachy.
College buddies.
Quaint resort town of South Cove. Perfect spot for no holds barred bachelor party.
Ooh.
Pretty sure I watched 1 or 2 CSIs that started that way.
Right. Right.
This is another series I want to get to.
Greg can't get no time off. He goes, partying with his buddies, and they're still a murder. So he's the police detective. So
okay.
Get no time.
Yeah, that is one of Storm's favorites. I enjoy that.
I am all caught up on that one. Yep.
Nice.
Are you caught up?
Yes.
Nice. She's got a lot of series too. I like her Kitchen Witch series. And then what's the other one that she has? A few others.
There's
But
the Farm to Fork series. There's the Cat Latimer series. And she has a new one that just came out this year, the book 1, and it's the survival.
It comes out this month.
Yeah, it's about cancer survival group.
Yeah. The main character is a breast cancer survivor, and she joins a support group. It's in my June releases, so it comes out sometime in June.
I have that one on eARC. So.
Oh, okay. Have you started it?
I haven't started yet. No. I'm so behind on my eARCs. Actually, the book that I just read, the audiobook, the reason I chose that one for mine, I was going through like cozy mysteries that I know I've marked them because I have like the first one or whatever. And yeah, it was one from NetGalley from like 2017.
Okay. My furthest back is 2020, so I don't feel as bad, but I guarantee you my number is a lot higher. I have like 1,500 unread NetGalley books. 1500.
Oh my gosh, maybe I was okay to still do it. I got rid of my account because I was like, I am totally like, let's see, not following through with my half of the.
Oh yeah.
No, and I still get like books.
I get approved ton.
Berkeley, I'm like hit or miss with. So whenever I put request for the new Amanda Flower historical one, I was like, they may or they may not, and then it was like, oh, yay.
And I got approved, like automatic approval for Kensington, which is huge. Like every single one.
Yes,
I'm like,
that's but
I think a lot of it, when I was talking to somebody else about, like, if you just talk about it, which is why I'm trying to do videos now where it's like, this is what I got from NetGalley, to at least show them and be like, this is what's coming. I think that's all that they really care about at the end of the day. And it's not costing them anything to send you an eARC.
I need to do that too. I've been thinking about that, like, I don't know, even at the end of the month or something. This is the ones that I downloaded from NetGalley, even if I haven't got to them yet, so that I can at least, because sometimes it does take me a little while. But I've done a lot better this year. Like with mine, I haven't grabbed. I've only got like one row of NetGalleys in my from this year. I'm doing really good.
Good for you.
It says I have 471 books, so yeah, I'm not. It's not like.
But I've reviewed over 500, so I think that's why I'm still getting because I'm reviewing at least 1 or 2 a week. Like, I'm really trying to get through them.
My feedback sent is 700. I have 711 books. So.
Wow, that's awesome.
If they had more audio, I too could get.
I do like the audio. That's the one thing I've been getting approved for, a lot of the audio.
Yeah, that's new. So I mean, they will eventually probably get a bunch more, but it's just something they just started doing. So.
Yeah. I don't know if anybody would be interested. You should tell me, because I actually was thinking about doing a video series this week. When I say video series, I mean like one video. I don't know why I called it a series. It's not a series. You know what I mean. About about the best indie bookstores in the US. Just
that would be interesting.
Because I just think that as book lovers, I know I find it interesting. Where the best indie book is or bookstore is in each state, or maybe not each state.
That'd be a lot of fun.
Like that. I was thinking about it. I was like, but I don't know if I'll bore everybody to tears, or there'll be. I know, like I said, for me being a book lover, I'm interested in that. Plus, I'm like, oh, how close am I? You know what I mean? And I don't know, but I'm thinking about doing something like that this week.
So. I was thinking about that not long ago, because there's the oh god, what's it called? The one that's in Los Angeles. It's a romance only bookstore. But I thought, wouldn't it be awesome if somebody opened a cozy only bookstore?
I looked. There's one.
Oh, is there?
One. And hold on. I looked.
I gotta know, because that might have to be a trip. Hi, honey, get in the car. We're going on a road trip.
And he's like, "Where are we going? Don't worry about it. We'll get. You'll find
and
out."
Why is there a U-Haul on the back of the car? Never you mind, sweetheart. Never you mind.
Are you kidding? Now I can't find.
The only issue I had is because I switched between phones for the NetGalley audio, that my one old phone died and I had the audiobooks downloaded because they really give you a very small window of time. So if you don't download them, they're gone. And a bunch of them I lost and I had to get them like off of, other places to listen to.
All right, I'll find it. Oh, here. Okay, here. Massachusetts, Bellingham, Massachusetts. We specialize in mysteries, especially cozy, traditional British and female sleuth mysteries.
Wow.
Love it.
And I was like, because I was like, oh, that would be a fun like thing to do of like all of them, of all the like mystery or cozy mystery. Yeah, there's one.
Cozy bookseller. Oh, I've got to go there.
Where was it at again?
Bellingham, Massachusetts.
Okay. I have a website.
Yes, Bellingham, Massachusetts. Cozy bookseller.
They have cats in the store.
So when I was looking up information about like the different independent bookstores, there's one, and I think it's in LA. It might be the one you're talking about. Yes. It's all on like a round tunnel.
Okay.
So like when you walk in, I don't know if they're in part of a tunnel or not, but anyways, all the books are on an arch, everything. You're walking like through like the tunnel, and then the books are like on an arch like around you.
Oh wow. Oh, I've seen that one. Yeah, that's not the Rip Bodice is the one that's in Los Angeles. That's what it's called.
Okay, that's not it then. Yeah. But it's something, I think it's in LA. I can't even swear it's in LA, but I'm going to try to include a couple pictures. But I was like, this is the coolest thing ever. There's not a lot of like cool like setups like that unless you're talking about kids bookstores. Kids bookstores have some of the like most imaginative like little themes. Like I saw one that was like you looked like you're walking into like a shipwreck and it's the bookstore for like little kids.
Okay.
And you look like you're walking into like going off the plank, and
that's awesome.
Or a magical school bus. I've seen that theme like before, like where but I don't feel like for adults, but I thought that was really cool that they had that.
So this place in Massachusetts, it's not an actual storefront. It's online only.
Oh, well
I'm looking to find out their location because I want to know like how far are they from me? And it's nowhere's giving you an actual address. Like we're happy to ship and blah, 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 blah.
Sorry, everybody.
Well, now we just need to open one that's an actual brick and mortar.
Yes, right? Yes. Yes. I would love that. I would love that. Occasion said, Sherry, you'll love the China bales. I think I skipped some stuff. Hold on. I'm going back up, everybody. Killer ending.
No, I think you're okay.
Oh, okay. We talked about that. Okay. Susan G said my scavenger hunt read is In Hot Water by Kate Kingsbury. It's the first of Misty Bay Tea series. I gave it 4 stars, and we'll read the next in the series when it's released. So it's
a British style tea shop.
Love
goes on my books. I don't.
Oh my gosh, Storm is excited. I love it. I love it.
Misty Bay Tea Room.
A middle-aged widow owns the Misty Bay Tea Room, a quaint English accented shop on the Oregon coast.
Ooh.
Well, she's from London, the author.
I like books in the Pacific Northwest.
Is this a new release? No, it's 2017. She's written a bunch of series. The Merry Ghost Inn. That sounds delightful.
Yeah, I've read a couple of that one. There's only 3.
The first one.
There's only 3, and I've read 2, and I wasn't a huge fan. I gave them 3 stars. They were okay, and I'm like, really? I just need to commit to number 3 so I can finish.
I haven't read the second one either. Storm. I thought it was okay, but Cozy really loved.
Yeah, she really liked
Mary Ghost Inn. And then I think so. Writes a ton of Christian fiction.
Yeah, I was gonna say I know her from something else.
Yeah, that's what I was. I'm like, I recognize her name.
And she writes a lot of Christian fiction. That's actually what she's really, really known for, is Christian fiction. And I think she has maybe an Amish series or two. I can't swear to that, but definitely a ton of like contemporary Christian fiction. 4 stars. Nice. I might check that one out. Just it sounds really cute. An English tea shop. Storm is very excited.
She's ecstatic.
She was when she was talking about it. She was like, "Oh, and it's a that's excited. It's a storm." Mel Mac said, "At Hearts and Whodunit, I was saying to Storm and mentioned during Voice Friends yesterday that there are some F-bombs in book 3 of the Bibliophile. Most, if not all, of them come out of Minka's mouth." Is that the main character?
No, that is the one you want to.
Oh,
she's horrible.
Wrong author. It's Karen Kingsbury who writes Christian fiction.
Oh,
not Kate, because it was confusing me too. And I went through
sorry.
Like, why am I not finding her Christian fiction?
I know. I was like,
so sorry.
I'm not quite sure if that's right because she only has like cozies that I could see.
Yeah. I'm so sorry.
That's all right.
People were going to tell me all about it in the
those
comments.
Of you interested in Christian fiction, Karen Kingsbury.
Mel, I already know it is Karen Kingsbury, not Kate.
Oh, Elizabeth is the one that's telling
I was going to say, if anyone...
I know, but I'm just saying Mel will. I know Mel. Sorry, guys. Karen, my apologies. Not the same people. They're sisters, though. No, they're not. I'm just making stuff up now. I'm not. I have no idea.
Brothers from another mother.
They have very close names, so they could be Kate, Karen. I mean, it's like,
it could be the same person, and we just don't know. You know, like, what is it? Ann Landers and, Dear Abby.
See? Same person. Y'all get off my back. Same person.
We've decided it.
Okay, but just know we're just making.
We're not right.
We're
not right.
Stuff up. Totally not true.
Yeah,
you've started all these rumors. We like break the internet. Like,
Mac agrees with you, Sarah, about the ants and.
Yes, I've always and I always like to confirm in the movie, the ants in the book Practical Magic totally different.
Oh,
if you love the movie Practical Magic, do yourself a favor and never read the book.
Oh, interesting.
The book was horrible in comparison. No.
Oh wow. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Jane said she gave 4 stars to By Booker Crook, so she really liked it too. Oh wait, hold on. She meant to say
3 stars. Okay, maybe she didn't love it so much.
Hey, book fan, good to see ya. We are talking Water and Lighthouse Cozy Mysteries today in our scavenger hunt picks. So there's been a lot of good ones mentioned.
Oh yeah.
Hopefully you've been able to add some stuff. I know I've already added some stuff to my TBR. Melmac, I usually don't like cursing in my cozies, and I honestly don't remember that with the bibliophiles, but I don't know. I will continue reading it. Gotcha.
Well, I think maybe what has happened with that one is the more she's wrote, the less there's probably is, because it started in 2009 before Cozy Mysteries was coined a cozy mystery. And so anything goes. And then I think as it's gone and she's been put in that cozy mystery, that maybe she's lessened it because like Nate is like, I don't remember there being any. You would have remembered if the first book, there was quite a few.
I mean, that makes sense, Storm. I really do. You know, I mean, they probably told her like, hey.
Yeah. Cut that out a little bit. Yeah.
There's plenty of water.
In her book.
Is anybody else hearing a bell occasionally? I'm not, but you totally got me off target because now I'm here. Has anybody ever seen Hairspray?
Mm-hmm.
There's that whole song where she's like, I can hear the bells.
Yeah.
And she's like singing at school and she's like,
as she's dreaming about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dreaming about Link.
I really like the new version, but my favorite is still the 80s version.
Oh my god, I never like remakes, but I like the remake of Hairspray much better than the old one.
Yeah, no.
I did.
do like the new one. I have the new one and I have
Sure.
like the old one. I have both of them.
I like both of them. I like both of them, but I never like the remakes. I usually hate the remakes. Hate them.
And see, and I'm totally not a John Travolta fan at all, but I actually liked him in that part. I thought he did.
Okay.
I liked him in that part only, I think, because I liked him and Christopher Walken working.
Yeah.
I think they were just adorable.
They were a lot of fun together. Yeah, I bet they had so much fun with that too.
Yeah. But that's what she made me think of. I can
Yeah.
bells. And the other girl's like, what? Where?
Yeah.
And so in answer to your question, I do not. Do you guys hear anything? Seriously?
I haven't heard anything.
Mm-mm.
I mean, of course, that was like at about 20 minutes ago, so I'm not really sure.
Except for my neighbor, it sounds like he's trying to like build an ark. So I'm not absolutely certain what he's doing out there, but every weekend it's the power tools are out.
Maybe he's building an ark.
Maybe he's preparing for my rain because I think
When you start seeing like
he's sending it
like,
your way
walking by and two aardvarks, you're like, huh.
Oh, okay.
Like, you don't see many zebras in this part of the world.
No.
There's two of them.
There's two of them.
Jade said, Storm, it's starting to rain here. Good thing I went for my walk before it got started. Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Book Z said, the Bibliophiles is on my potential June TBR. Fingers crossed. Nice. It's good to see you. Hey, Elizabeth. Hey, everyone. My husband has a day off, which is weird, and I keep forgetting that it's Saturday. When things change like that, it's really easy to forget the day of the week because it's not your normal routine. So I totally get it. The third book will come out soon.
I think that might be with the Lakeside one because I think she's read the
okay
books from that series.
I also want to point out that there are not one but two hot guys.
Yes, there is.
Series. Just saying, if that's your thing, it might.
But the British one, they just better not mess with the British one because that's like the one thing I liked about the book.
You're not allowed to do that in the UK. It's there's no love triangles in the UK. They don't allow it.
Yeah. they don't allow it.
It's no. It's no.
I didn't do a cozy mystery scavenger hunt. I did read a middle grade book with a boat on the cover. See, you did do it.
There you go.
And River on the cover. See, you did do it. Called A Witch in the Dark by Christine Suntervart. What a fun I actually wish that was my last name. If I knew how to say it, it would be even more cool, but it just looks cool.
Suntervart?
Sure.
Ooh, the cover of this one is a boy on the run, a girl determined to find him.
What did you think of it, Elizabeth?
Oh, it's got magical realism. It says fantasy. It's a retelling of some sort, Asian literature.
Oh.
Set in a Thai-inspired fantasy world and inspired by Victor Hugo's Les Miserables.
Oh.
All right, that is so
that in my books I don't know.
Well, somebody will have to let Nancy know about this one because I know that she said she had to leave at 1, but she loved Les Mis.
Yeah, I was telling Sarah yesterday that the scavenger hunt picks don't always have to be just cozy. It's be whatever. So
that's why I'm looking to see if I read anything else with water on the cover this month.
Yeah. No. Oh, Nadine, yay. Yeah, I really like the Grey Welland too. Anita, the cursing that Minka does is the least offensive thing about her. She is wretched. Wretched.
She is. When I was reading the first book, you know how usually the person that gets bumped off is the one that just drives you crazy, and you're like, oh, they're gonna end, and it didn't happen, and I was like, oh.
Yeah.
Like she deserves it. Go.
Gotcha. China Bales. Yeah. So Occasion said that China Bales owns a herb shop. And then China Bells is a non-practicing lawyer, but this book has her best friend as the lead. It also involves a little-known hurricane flood in Galveston, Texas in the early 1900s.
If
Extremely.
you throw something historical at me, I am all for it.
Wow. Thank you, Sherry. I really do love the scavenger hunt picks because I think it does allow people to read from their own TBRs. Not everybody starting the same books and, committing to 15 new series or whatever. But I also just like hearing you guys talk about new books and hearing the new books that come out. My next read is a total non-cozy, Final Girls by Riley Sager, and I'm listening to Frankenstein on Audible. Excellent.
Interesting.
And no, Annie, I get mine to go on Kindle all the time. So
yep, I just
don't know
send a
what
Kindle.
you're doing. Are you getting the one for Kindle? Because they have Kindle and they have EPUB. Whenever you go to click on it on NetGalley, you have to click on the right one. So make sure you're clicking on like the little, looks like a little boy reading a book.
Yeah, it's the Kindle like logo or whatever.
Yeah, because the other one has like the lock, and that's like the EPUB ones or whatever.
Yes,
you have to download it. Because I hate it because sometimes I don't pay attention, and I get one and I ask for it, and then when I realize it's only EPUB only, and I'm like,
yeah, I know.
So you get the Kindle reader version.
Yeah. Do you have your email address for your Kindle? Do you have it to where NetGalley can send the books to it?
Very good point.
You have to do that in your Amazon, like in your managing your devices.
So if I go to here, so you want, I don't know if anybody's gonna be able to see this. It's too bright. The send to Kindle is the one that you want, exactly as you said with like the little boy. That's what you want to click on.
Cool. Okay, so Mel Max said the Tuesday Night Survivors Club, which is the Lynn Cahoon book, is scheduled for June 14th. I knew it was sometime in June.
Oh, nice.
Book 2.
She's our book news person. She knows everything. Okay. I just seen that she like posted in the book news about the new Paws and Claws book. I'm like, yay! I didn't know if there was going to be any more. So, yeah.
Awesome. Thank you, Mel. Mel said that the second book is coming out November 1st.
Excellent.
That's close together for 2 books. Wow. We have Murder by the Book in Houston, Texas. Only mystery thrillers. Great store. Murder by the Book. I love it. That's awesome, Joe. Thank you.
How far is Houston from me?
We'll let Sarah figure out how far her drive is to Houston, Texas.
My husband
it's a long ways. It's a long ways.
So I keep talking. Okay, years ago I went to Steak and Shake in Chicago, and I'm obsessed with going back to Steak and Shake. So my husband found one in Upper New York State. So he looks and he's like, "It's only like a day and a half drive," and I'm like, "How is it a day and a half drive? It's not that far." He had the thing on riding a bike. I'm like, I'll tell you what, sweetheart, you leave the day before me and you ride your little bike. Yeah. I'll meet you there later in the afternoon.
That's hilarious. Come here, baby. Come here, sweetie. Come here. Elizabeth, that's so funny. Elizabeth said, Tiffany, you'll have to come up to my area again sometime. The Inklings bookstore in Lakeland has a huge selection of cozy mysteries, but you don't usually buy physical books, do you? Not anymore, because I can't read them. I have bought so many magnifiers. The problem is, so I want one that's like stand up that I could just like have. So I've bought like 3 that are like, they have a light. It's like a lamp and a magnifier, but the magnifier is about this big. And so I have to move the book like up and down, and I get like almost seasick doing it after so long. Yeah. So, but I know they have really expensive ones that I'm probably going to have to, even if I want to ever go back to physical buy. It is like a whole page, but they're really expensive, and they're for like really old people. Like,
yeah, I've seen the ones that look like a sheet of glass and it's got a light in it as well.
Yes.
and you just sit it. Yeah, to me, because I read it so quickly, I would find that frustrating to have to keep. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, no. That's not the one I was thinking of. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
The one I'm thinking of, it does look like a sheet, but it's on like it's on like a lamp, like almost
Oh,
like
I
this.
follow what you're saying. Okay.
And
Okay.
so at the top, so you know how this keeps going up. So here would be the magnifier, and then on up the pole is a light. So you have the light at the
Gotcha.
top, and you have a magnifier, and you literally can just hold your book, and the whole book is
Awesome.
magnified. And I've bought a couple of them that are way smaller, so they're less expensive. But the magnifier, like I said, it's it's a good size, but not big enough for a book.
Yeah.
And so if I have to move the book, it just makes me almost get seasick if it's constant,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah,
you
because you're
know,
like,
yeah, ugh, yeah. I might just, maybe just get the
Well,
old.
I had for my crafting and stuff because my eyes just can't see it at night anymore. And I had one of those lights that you put around your neck, that you,
Yeah.
right? The problem is now that I have the pacemaker, when I sit it, I get pain because it rests on top of it. And I don't know whether it's causing something to happen. And I can't use it anymore. So now I said I got to get a big light. It's just an excuse to get a really fancy light. It's for medical reasons, honey.
It really is. It
know?
really is. Kate Kingsbury is not the same person as Karen. Well, they're
According to
sisters.
you people, Tiffany
They're
and I think it's the
sisters.
same person.
Mel Mac, she's funny.
They're what is that? Conjoined twins. I mean, practically the same person.
Right?
See? Keep your Kingsbury straight.
And in case anyone's curious, it's 23 hours if I drove to Houston, Texas.
Oh my gosh.
And I would do it too. I'd do it over a couple
would-
days.
That's not quite as bad as I thought it would be since you're coming from way up there.
Right. We'll do another sprint at the top of the hour. I would too. I love. That's why I was like, oh, that would be a fun. I think I am going to do the bookstore video because I've already. Well, first of all, I already kind of planned it and
I think they're fun, and if they have like where you can order online, a lot of people like to order from indie
Absolutely.
bookstores and stuff. So
give their money to them instead of Amazon.
Sorry, I'm late. Out shopping with all the crazy people. Ooh, well,
they're everywhere.
You are a brave person. I hear a ding. Sounds like an iPhone message notification.
She's like, uh-oh, has somebody been messaging me?
Oh. Crap. My husband is broke down on the side of the road. I probably should at least.
Oh, sorry, honey. Were you looking for me?
Okay.
Yeah, because Susan says, yes, I've heard a bell. Thought it was somebody's phone.
Oh my goodness.
And Nancy's back. Hi, Nancy.
Nancy, we were talking about a Les Mis.
Yeah, I think she was here during that time. So
okay. Hello, all. My water scene book was All You Need Is Fudge by Nancy Coco. I like that series.
Mm-hmm.
It makes me want to sing All You Need Is Love.
Love. It's like the new Sweet Valley High one I have to read next is called Too Good to Be True. Now, every time I think of the title, all I've got is that old song in my head.
It does happen. I mean,
yep.
The Fudge Shop series takes place on Mackinac Island in Michigan.
Okay.
And the family owns so it's a building with a fudge shop and then a hotel on top. They run both. And she moves back to the island to help her family, and I absolutely love it.
Okay, these are adorable.
That the series has a little of up and downs. Like, I thought the first one was like amazing. I agreed with Cozy. Cozy was talking about how the first one was one of like her favorite cozies she's read in a long time, and then the second one was a vast difference. I think it was because the first one shot out the gate so high.
Yeah. She felt like she was reading like a totally different cozy. She said like a series or whatever. It was that different, like from.
But I do think that the series levels out to a very good series. I do agree with her. I thought the first one started out with a bang. great. The way it was written, everything about it. And that the second one was a little bit of a lull. But I think over the course of the series, because it's gone on for quite a while now, it's leveled itself out into like a really solid read.
Nice. Okay.
And Mackinac Island is like the epitome of cozy. Like there's no cars, everybody your husband would be thrilled. Everybody has to bike ride. So if he has to Google something by map, the only choice he's got. See, so,
He's so used to it from his electric bike because he checks the directions everywhere for his electric bike. And I just was killing myself laughing.
Yeah. Elizabeth
That's on my bucket list to go to Mackinac, though.
Yeah.
It's not that far from me.
Elizabeth said it was good. I don't know what
middle grade she read.
Amazing. Awesome. Yes. Oh, yep. So she was here. Okay. I have a ton of China Bales paperbacks. I prefer the Scavenger too rather than, I do too. I really like it. It was about a boy who was born in prison, and then because his parents were because his parent was a criminal, he is automatically considered a criminal. There's a lot going on in the book. I didn't love everything about it though.
That's fair.
Yeah. That is, I think that's a very perplexing question, especially with our society, like as it is currently. I think that's an interesting perspective on a story. I've never used NetGalley. What's it all about? Oh my God, it's the bane of your existence. Don't do it.
It's both the best and worst thing you could ever possibly get your hands on.
If you are like me and you have no self-control, don't do it.
Yeah.
There's no one to give you limits. There's no book tenders. Yes. Nobody cut you off and tell you've had enough.
Well, now that's not true. There are some publishers that says no.
Yeah.
Well, yes, but
it does happen.
You can always go to another publisher. It's not as if they all stand together in a solid, unified no front.
If you're like me and Sarah and are like auto approved for like Kensington, then it's like the worst
and
thing.
Harlequin and
because I'm like for that too. So it's like the two big ones, and it's like click,
I know. And I often get approved for Berkeley and St. Martin's and Source Books, and it's essentially just a place that you can request e-arcs.
Yeah.
But
and
there was one I was
they give you
I was looking through it, and it was like Persuasion by Jane Austen. I'm like, I'm pretty sure this isn't a new book.
Right.
But it's a new copy of the old book.
Okay. Right? It's okay. I got my own. I'm good. Thanks.
I hear my phone, y'all. It is 2 after, and I probably need a so do you want to read till quarter till? Is that okay? 45 minutes, right?
That's fine.
Awesome. Read till 45. So Jane, that's about 43 minutes. All right, everyone. Happy reading.
Happy reading.
How was your sprints?
I got to 57% in the studio winter. I was like, oops, I forgot to unmute.
La 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 la.
Gotcha.
I got about 54%.
Oh, good.
It's about a kid who tore her knee or whatever, and she's a ballerina, and so now she can't dance, and she's depressed, and she's not happy, and she's kind of snappy with her parents, and all that kind of stuff. And they're going on a road trip to some place, I can't remember where. But
okay.
Just like I said, it's a middle grade contemporary.
I liked it quite a bit, but I'm more of a contemporary person.
Yeah.
Is a bummer, right? For a ballerina.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's like, she's very, very upset because she's having to like get these texts from her friend who's all like, I'm doing this now and I'm doing this now in ballet, being a ballerina, and about another girl who got into the New York Ballet or whatever it is. Well, she's recovering from her injury and stuff.
Yeah, that would be, yeah. I got a little bit of reading done, a lot of phone calls done. I was trying to tell my husband, he was calling our dealership here to to tell them like, hey, you're going to have to make sure they get me a rental car here.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it all has to be covered under warranty. It's a brand new car. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And so I think he's trying to work all that out, but because there's no way if they can't get it done today, they're going to work on it tomorrow or Monday. And so, I mean,
he needs to get home.
Yeah. I mean, oh boy. So we're trying to figure that out.
I have 3 books from people that aren't here today, so I don't know.
I have a couple too. Go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say we might have the same ones because I have Hannah and Tammy and Jessa, I think it is, or Jess. But I know Hannah's was Murder Makes Waves by Anne George. It's the 4th book in the Southern Sisters series.
Oh, I like that series. I didn't know Hannah was reading that series.
Yeah, I asked her if she liked it, and she said that the ants or something make her laugh a lot.
Yeah, they're super funny. I didn't know she was reading that series.
Huh?
They're very Southern and they're funny.
Country and Western is red hot these days, so over impulsive Mary Alice thinks it's the perfect sense to buy a scoot and boot bar.
It's a I mean, really fun. It's old. Or much older.
Yeah,
this one's from 97.
Yeah, or something, yeah. But
it
sounds fun.
I enjoyed them. I didn't know he was reading them.
Tammy read Fishing for Trouble by Elizabeth Logan, which is the 2nd book in the Alaskan Diner series.
Yep.
The first one is Moose and Murder. And it's about a young chef who bit off more than she can chew when she returns to her Alaskan hometown to take over her parents' diner.
Yeah, they decide they want to like kind of RV it or kind of travel basically. And so the Bear Claw Diner they leave her in charge of, and I really, really like that series. I thought I would like it better than I did because it's set in Alaska, but and I love diners. But there's 3 of them out right now, and I'm caught up in it. And if there's more, I will definitely read it. But it's a lot of fun. It's a fun series.
I've only read the 2nd book, that Fishing for Trouble.
Did you like it?
I enjoyed it. It was fun.
She didn't leave like what she thought of it. She just told me the book, and so I don't know how she rated it. And Hannah didn't either, but I'm gonna take it she likes it since she said that she really liked the ant characters or whatever. The other one is Veils and Vengeance by Rochelle J. Christensen. It's the Wedding Planner's Mystery number 2. And I don't know if she quit reading it or she didn't have time, but she just said she got to so many chapters in and then she quit. So I don't know if she just didn't have time to read the rest of it, but that was her pick. So.
Okay. Yeah, I had this. Well, I didn't have all of those, but I had the same ones that you did. So, well, Tammy had sent me hers, and
Yeah, she
didn't
said
tell
she was
me
going to
like-
send it to you just because she didn't know who would look.
Yeah. Gotcha. I'm not always the most consistent on Discord, so it was smart. It's smart of her. The reading nook, you can get advanced books to review, and yeah. I when I say it's the main, I mean it really is. I loved doing it. I just felt like they were giving me books and then I wasn't filling my end of the bargain, and I just kept getting more. I couldn't stop myself.
Yeah, that's
from
what I
not
was gonna
looking at
say.
the
If
new
you can
cozies.
pace yourself, but like whenever I first got accepted, and this was back like in 2015, so yeah, I've got some really old ones on there that I haven't paid, but it was just like, oh, click, 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 click.
Yes.
Not thinking you would get approved by everybody, and then all of a sudden, all these people, all these publishers are approving you, and you're like, whoa, 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 oh! Now I've got like this whole list, and then that's when it snowballs. So if you're really good about it and only do a few of them,
See, I'm not. I don't have any self control. The other thing is, like I said, for me, I wish if they had more audio. I know you said they're starting to. I didn't even know that.
yeah.
But it's still it's a small percentage is audio.
Because like I think they only started the audio a couple years ago, and so it's still very small.
They'll get more. But so when you do it, what do you listen to it as?
You listen to it as on NetGalley. Like they have an app that you download. You listen to it on the app.
So you like download it to that, and then you listen to it.
When
and
you
that
say small
had to work out some bugs too, because when I first got my first one from that, like I was like, it would go so far and it would quit, and then it would start me back at the beginning and it would quit, and I'm like, what in the world is going on here? And they're like, yeah, a lot of people have been complaining and stuff, and they're like, we're still working the bugs out or whatever.
Yeah, I'd say it's less than 10% would be audio.
Okay, that's what I was at. Okay. Maybe I should see. I'm pulling it up, y'all. See what you no.
The funny thing is like, yeah, I get approved for these things, and because I don't generally get to them until much later, I end up a lot of the time just buying the book and then reading it and then just reviewing it. So
yeah,
it's almost like it's a TBR for me of just stuff I want to read.
I don't even know if you can give up your membership, but I think I tried to. So I don't even know if they'll let me back on. They might be like, no.
My husband, he'll like go on like every few weeks. He'll be like, I wonder what's on NetGalley, and he'll like oh, that one looks good, and then he'll get approved for it, and then he'll read it, and then he'll leave a review, and then 2 weeks later, I wonder what's on NetGalley. I'm like, that's the kind of person that needs to be on NetGalley.
Yes, right. Clearly, your husband can handle it.
Right? I cannot. But he has I read such a wide variety, whereas Garrett's like, he likes to read Star Wars books or biographies, and that's it. You know what I mean? So
I just noticed that Death by Beach Read by Eva Gates is on audio on there.
I have it.
Oh, I'm trying to sign in right now, but I don't know if they'll.
I got it. And the funny thing is, there's been times that because they'll bring both the ebook and the audiobook, and I will request both them, and I'll get approved for the audiobook but denied for the ebook, and I'm like, okay.
Oh, that's weird.
I have NetGalley and I have Edelweiss. I don't know if you've ever used Edelweiss.
I have not.
And it's really weird because I'll ask for a book on Edelweiss and it'll say I don't get as many there. It'll say I'm not approved. Well, I'll go on NetGalley and I'll find it and I'll ask for it there and I'll get approved.
Weird.
It's like, oh well, I'll just go here.
Wow. Well, we'll see if NetGalley lets me back in. They might be like, no, you said that you wanted.
You were saying crap about us? No.
Well, I think for whatever reason, I think they were something that was like, do you want to totally get rid of your account? And I was like, yes, which I don't think places really do that. So I think that's in my head. Because nowhere really does that.
Yeah, I don't know if they have a delete your account on there or not. I've never looked.
I don't want to. I do know that for the books I read, at least now, this year, my big push has been at least 75% of what I read is books I had from NetGalley. So I am trying my best to get through that backlog. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm trying really hard to rein myself in this year, which is why I said I've done fairly good, and to read them, which is why I'm like, I need June. I need to catch up on some in like June because I got way behind. But let's see. I think I have maybe 20 books from this year out that I haven't read yet, which isn't too bad.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Considering past ones, whenever I would go through and count how many I had left at the end of the year, and I go, there's like 60 something or something like that. So I was a little better this year so
far. Oh, great. We have Steak and Shake, and we love it too.
No, I'm craving it.
Nancy's still trying to get you to get a paperwhite because just get a Kindle and magnify it.
There's somebody that I follow on Instagram. I don't remember who it is, but she'll post pictures of like, oh, here I am reading on my paperweight. And I swear to, and I thought my eyes were bad. Her print's like this big. Like there's like 5 words on the page.
Yeah,
like,
I know. I tried to show her. I'm like, look, this is how big you can make it. You know, it's like there's like maybe 10 words on the page, depending on how big they are.
Crap. I'm going to let you guys talk for a minute. I got to take this. I'm sorry.
No need to apologize.
That's okay.
But yeah, no, my husband reads on his Kindle app on his phone, and it's like the smallest print.
Oh, goodness.
And I'm like, I'm just waiting for him to need glasses.
This year was the year I had to raise the font up on both my phone and my Kindle, and I'm like, oh, I'm getting old.
I remember when my dad was alive, and he loved reading was his favorite thing, and he would sit out front on the porch and read like those big, thick Clive Cussler books or whatever, and you could see as there's like the So I gave him an old Kindle, and he's like, well, I'm not going to use this. It's, and then I showed him, he's like, oh, and then all of a sudden, like his favorite, he'd go out driving, and if he got stopped at a light, he'd bring out the book. Like, Dad, you're not supposed to be doing that.
It's like, okay, now you got to keep the book in the seat at all times.
That's right. Oh, that's funny. Oh, I hope she can get all this straightened out. Nothing is more frustrating than car trouble.
Yes. And Melmac says, Fixer Upper, the Kate Carlisle, a Bookmobile Cat, Laura Cass, and the Seaside Knitters, Allie Pleater, and a Craft Fair Knitter, Emily Cadwell, all have upcoming releases announced, but no cover revealed yet. See, she's our resident librarian about all the new stuff.
I'm big on
covers. Follows a lot of, I think, authors on Amazon, and then she does some newsletters, but she's always really up on that kind of stuff.
Oh yeah, and there are so many Christmas books I've already been approved for on NetGalley, and I'm just like, guys, it's May, and I'm like looking at books coming out in like October, November. I mean, I love it. Don't get me wrong. Just actually
I haven't looked at any like Christmassy stuff yet. I do on my NetGalley. I have like some August, some September, October.
I'm just seeing if I got anything that's coming up as well. That would be cozy-esque.
Yeah, I have Canter with a Killer that comes out in October. That's on my NetGalley. It was a horsey one. I don't see horse ones, so I was.
No, you don't. That's true. Considering like we're like the generation that had like all those horse books.
Yeah.
Like the Saddle Club and stuff. I'm surprised. I have the new Kate Carlisle, the Paper Caper, comes out at the end of July. Really cute cover.
Yeah, I do like her, and I've read her. Her other one, I think it's the one she mentioned, isn't the? Yeah, the Fixer Upper one. I've read that was the one series that I read book 5 and haven't read anything else. I think I read book 5 and 6, and I'm like, it's the same one that does the bibliophile, and I don't remember there being any cussing in that series. I was not expecting that in the when I went to the. Ooh, wait.
I have Murder in a Cape Cottage, Cozy Capers Book Group Mystery number 4 by Maddie Day, and it's a Christmas one. It comes out September 27th. Thank you, Kensington.
Melmac is your twinsy when it comes to reading holiday books, because she's like saves certain books. Like she's doing her June TBR one, I think, has wedding themes, and her like November and stuff like that, she does like different ones, and she's got these. I can read up to this, and then I have to stop, and then in December it's Christmas.
Well, my thing is that I mean, I will only read Christmas books in December, and I do like, especially Halloween, I like reading them in October. But if one comes up, I will read a Christmas book outside of December. Happily, I will read a Christmas book whenever, because there's so many of them. There are so many of them. I would never get through them all. What's the new one in the Seaside? Because I've read one of the Seaside Knitters, and I quite enjoyed it.
Oh, Melmac says the up-and-coming Seaside Knitters release is called "It Came Upon a Midnight Shear." And
okay, that is the most delightful
favorite Christmas-themed cozy titles after the Jacqueline Frost Christmas Tree series. So,
is that for the Seaside Knitters?
Yeah, that's what it says. Seaside Knitters.
Is there two different Seaside Knitters?
There might be, because this one's by Allie Plater.
Yeah, because the one I'm looking at is Sally Goldenbaum, and it comes out on September 27th, a dark and snowy night.
Yep. So there's two different ones. And they both got like Christmassy ones, it sounds like.
Interesting. Okay, I gotta look upon this Midnight Shear because
Anita says she never gets approved for Harlequin or Berkeley, and I would like to. Do you on your categories? Have you got like the kind of books that they like produce, like romance, mystery, whatever it is?
Yeah,
I know that helps, because if you're not listing in your book like the books that you like the categories. So I like go all out, and I make sure I don't hit anything. I got all the categories, because I've had that happen. You're not approved for this. Maybe you should go and check your preferences or whatever it is. And
I thought I recognized the name Allie Pletier or whatever. She writes for Love Inspired.
Oh.
She writes for Harlequin. Interesting. Okay, well, I will definitely have to check out her cozies then, because I really like her books. But the funny thing is way back when I first got on NetGalley, I used to like request the Harlequins, and I always got denied. Always, right? But the funniest thing is that at the time, I was doing YouTube videos for Harlequin. Like, they were paying me money to do videos for them, but I wasn't approved on NetGalley. And I remember mentioning it in passing to the girl who was my contact. She's like, yeah, we're two totally different things. Like, they do their thing, we do our thing. So she must have put a bug in someone's ear, because about 2 or 3 weeks later, all of a sudden I was pre-approved.
Yeah, and I don't remember when I got pre-approved for Harlequin, but I used, like, as I said, I go through these phases, and I used to read like a ton of Harlequins and things like in like the early 2000 type and stuff, and then I would fall off and read just horror books or mysteries or whatever.
Yeah,
and I'm like kind of full circle, come back around to where I'm really liking to read the romance and stuff again and things. And so I've been like approved for them for like a really long time. I just haven't gotten too many from them because I haven't really been into it. But
nothing has jumped out at you. Yeah.
But it's gotten dangerous now that I'm back into where I want to, because it's like, ooh, what do they have?
I know, right?
And Kensington has their romances too, and so it's like,
ooh, yes, and they have a lot of historicals, I find.
Yeah, and which is my jam. I like his work.
Oh, me too. I'm looking forward to your retro. I'll have to get to some of the
which I will like send you a message on, I guess, Instagram, because that's usually where maybe we can
or Discord. It doesn't matter. I try and check both.
Okay, because I was like, we could. I said maybe we could do like a couple of prompts or something. Just
you're only running it for 2 weeks, right?
Yeah. Do like a couple of prompts for the people that like prompts, because the last time when I did my month-long one, I had people like on my once on my video say, why don't you have any prompts? And it's like, because I didn't want any prompts.
But it's the summer edition, right?
Yeah, so I'm like, with a summer like cover or something like that, just
really or a ones. Title, water on the cover.
Yeah, water on the cover, like some easy ones that's not too hard.
Right? Yeah. Like, I think that would be a lot of fun, because I do like prompts. I think they're fun.
Yeah. And well, prompts make it like more of a challenge. And so I get that. But then I'm like the one that but I like to read what I want to read, and I don't want to have to dig for something that I'm not wanting to read to participate. And so
You could do like a 9 square, just talking out loud. You could do like a 3, 3, and 3 with prompts.
yeah.
So like do like a 9 square. So people all people would have to do is read 3 books. The
Yeah,
3
get a
across the
bingo
top,
or
the
whatever.
diagonal. Do you know what I mean? Like if they wanted to try to get something.
You'll have to help me with prompts though, because I'm not.
I absolutely will. I will. No problem.
Elizabeth, it's gonna be in July. It's gonna be like from July 10th to July 24th or something like that, I think. And Lee made me a really pretty graphic. It's pretty.
Oh, nice. Awesome.
She made the last one that I had, the one and stuff. And so I was like, can you make me another one, but for summer?
And not to give away too much because it's not my readathon, but I am just gonna say that there is a booktuber and they're going to be doing a, what are they calling it? Autumn Amoir. I can never say that word. It's an autumn romance readathon coming in September. I am co-hosting it. I'm not saying who's hosting it or anything else like that, but that's coming in September. I was asked to participate.
Sounds fun.
Yeah. So I'm really looking forward to it. I was gonna do something this summer, and I'm just like, I just don't have time. I have too much work stuff to do. Ooh, I like that idea, Elizabeth. I write that down. Christmas in July.
Oh yeah, there you go. Gives those that like to read Christmas at any time a chance.
Because I have so damn many of them. That's the problem.
And I usually do Christmas in July anyway, whether it's like cozies or I always do something like that. So yeah, that would work.
I know.
Oh, so Melmac says no, sorry, it's Riverbank Knitting by Allie Plater, not Seaside Knitters.
Okay, thank you. Yes, all right, because that's what I saw. Water summer.
Hi, Jessica. She says, "Oh my gosh, I can actually catch a book club live show." Hey, friends!
Oh yay!
Except it's not going quite so well because Tiffany's having some issues that she's having to take care of.
Technical difficulty. Not technical. Her husband's having some car issues, which are the worst things ever to have.
And Joe says, no summer bingo? So sad.
No summer romance book bingo. It was
That's
fun,
why I thought since you weren't going to do anything, like the category stuff or whatever, I was like, well, I could throw in like another like little retro one, and you can still read category romances for that. So
absolutely. That could be one of the prompts.
Yeah.
Read a category romance.
Yeah, read a category romance, yeah.
That could be a prompt. Although I am thinking about maybe doing it in December. Doing like a holiday romance readathon or something. Yeah. So that might be fun. Have a fun little bingo card. Again, just like a little 9 square or something with a couple prompts. We'll see.
Yeah, because I mean, like, there are some other readathons like that, I think, but there's always so many romances that Christmassy ones. So.
There are so many romance. Actually, what would be kind of fun would be to kind of do like a cozy / romance Christmas readathon where you're reading either cozy mysteries or a romance, but like the prompt could be like with snow on the cover. So you pick, are you going to read a romance with snow on the cover or a cozy mystery with snow on the cover?
It's like one of the this or that.
Yeah, that might be kind of fun.
Cozy or romance. That way you get like 2 different kinds of like people, because
and if some people who are like
readers and
overachievers are like, oh, I'm going to read one of each.
Yeah.
We'll have to talk to Tiffany. We'll have to put our heads together. Vicki Delaney has the year-round Christmas series. One of them is Christmas in July themed. Oh, that's good to know. Thanks, cool. Melmac. My brother's here with the kids. I can hear them downstairs.
So Melmac says, yes, I have a few series I'm waiting to continue because the next one I have to read is either Halloween or Christmas.
I know. That's so funny. I couldn't do it. I couldn't just wait.
Yeah, she's very, very good at that. She plans her months or whatever within what the holiday is and like what she can read in her cozies.
That is so awesome. I really do think that's awesome. Like that is a level of dedication I just have not gotten to.
Yeah, I just grab them and read.
Well, the only reason that I'm doing that with the because I do just kind of think it's fun to be able to read. I think it's fun to read them in the month that they would work. If it doesn't work out that way, so be it. But like the Campers and Criminals, they're such short books that I can easily do 2 a month to get up to Halloween.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I just wish that there wasn't like a break in, like it goes right from a Halloween to a Christmas. I'm like, can't we have one for November?
Yeah, I know. It's like, where's the Thanksgiving themed or fall themed or something?
Fall themed. That was the one thing. It's like, oh, it's Thanksgiving, and no, Thanksgiving in Canada is in October, so. Yeah, let me see here. Yeah, I'm just excited to see what I think that's my big draw on NetGalley. Not to keep going back to NetGalley, but just to see what's coming out and being like, ooh, that looks. You know what I mean? Like, that looks really good.
I've been trying, and I have like a little notepad, and like I see things that I think look really good. I like look at the publishing company too on a lot of them too, because when it comes to like libraries and stuff like that, they always get like the big brand like ones. So if I see something and it's like a small press, I'm more likely to request it and then put the other ones on my notepad to look at the library for or something.
That's a great idea.
That's what I've tried to do this go around. It hasn't always worked, but that's what I've tried to do.
But because sometimes it's just so easy to like.
Yep.
Request.
It's like, oh, this one looks good, click. Or I like the cover, click.
Oh my God, the cover part is just so bad for me. And then I'll like, because every month when I do my TBR, I'm like backlist NetGalley stuff. So I have it all on a spreadsheet and I'll just random number generate. And then I get the book and I'm like, why did I request this book? Oh, wait, the cover's adorable. Okay. I should really read it.
Yeah. And then you read the back and you're like, oh, maybe I should read the back first.
Does sound good.
Yeah. Well, it's like when I like go like thrifting, a lot of times I just, it's a romance and it's an old one, and I'll just like grab it and I'll like put it, and then I'll do like my book haul and I'll like read the little snippet on the back, and I'm like, this sounds intriguing.
I'm as surprised as my watchers are, like with what the book's about. Like there's one, I keep saying I have to get to it. I think I'm going to read it for July for your retro. It's an old intrigue. I think it was like number 5, like really old. But the cover has the couple in an embrace, and then there's some like weird hermit looking guy on the cover. And the back talks about the fact that he's her half brother. I'm like, I need to know what this hot mess is all about.
I remember I had one like I hauled one time, and I was like, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure this is supposed to be romantic, but it looks like he's biting her neck like. Yeah. Like, I'm not sure about this cover.
Yeah, some of the covers are just like, I don't know.
Melmac says a Paws and Claws, Domestic Diva, and Seaside Cafe are 3 series off the top of my head that I am currently holding off on because the next one is Halloween.
Oh, so okay, yeah. And I know for a fact that the Seaside Halloween one was my favorite book in that series. I loved the Halloween one.
I need to try that series. I haven't tried that one yet.
You haven't?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's such a good series. But you've read Julianne Lindsay's Intrigues, right? Or have you thought like you bought one?
I bought one. Right here.
Yeah, one I think that's not the one. Because she's really good friends with Nicole from Who Picked This Book and Jen. They've had her on. whatever. Anyway, her most recent release, the female lead was named after Jen after her. So that was kind of
cool.
sweet. Yeah, I'm like, to have an author name a character after you, and I'm just like, that's kind of neat. But yeah, hope Miss Tiffany's okay. Everything's okay.
Yeah. I'm sure it's something to do with her husband in the car, but that's just a mess.
It's hard, especially it always happens on a long weekend.
A holiday when everybody's going to be closed, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay, so Melmac said, wait, that's wrong. I have book 4 in the Seaside Cafe before book 5, which is the Halloween one, yeah. But
keep
one of them is a Christmas
straight
book.
Melmac, come on.
I know, right? Like, don't you have spreadsheets and all that other good stuff? Oh, wait, I've already got that open.
And if I'm right, I think Melmac is one of those that prefers paperbacks, so like all of hers. And so sometimes she has them packed away and she gets lost. I found one, but I don't have 2. I can't find 2.
Oh my goodness. You know, if in all honesty, like if I was retired and I didn't work, you know what I mean? I would probably read a lot more, not physically, but digitally, definitely. But just with the commute and it's just audio is just so much easier.
Yeah.
So much easier.
Yeah. I remember one of my first audiobooks that I ever listened to was a James Patterson, like Alex Cross book. Ooh. And I wasn't expecting like sound effects, and I was driving and all of a sudden somebody's shooting at them, and it was like and bullet. It's like, whoa, wait, glasses breaking. I'm like, I need to warn somebody that's in there. I mean, it could cause a wreck. I think somebody's shooting at me.
When I was listening to Gone with the Wind on audio, my first audiobook was actually Outlander, which I loved. But anyway, when I ended up rereading Gone with the Wind on audio, I had it playing in my car, and I had it plugged in so it was playing through the speakers of my car. It was like a summer day, and I have the window down, and I have it, and it's the N word. Oh. I look over the car beside me. I'm like, hi, let me just turn that down. I don't need to get shot at while I'm driving through downtown Toronto listening to Gone with the Wind.
It's like, I wasn't the one that said that.
It wasn't me. It was Scarlett.
And Melmac says, I can't find my earlier Bake Shop series books, so those may be coming off my SAS list.
Oh, no.
So I said she looks and she can't find. I know I have them. They're here somewhere.
I know.
I just love holding and reading a book, paperback or hardcover.
I get it. My aunt is the same way. She will go to the library and come out with like a stack of books, and she puts them in her backpack. She takes them to the park with her grandkids, and she lets them play, and she sits and reads a book, and she just loves it. I still go into a bookstore and I will buy, physical books. I have a ton of them. But then I end up listening to it on audio if I can get it.
Yeah, it's the same thing. I said, I just like it, for the sake that I can hold it up while I'm talking about it or something, And
but in all honesty, like I said, the hybrid reading thing where I'm like listening to the book and I'm like following along, yeah. I'm really enjoying doing that. Because I find sometimes some things are missing.
Gone with the Wind update.
I gave it up for now.
This much
Good
less.
for you. I'm so proud of you.
I'm on chapter 50.
It's a tough read. It's not a tough read to get through, but it's an intimidating read. It's a big book.
Well, that's why I said surely I can do Outlander. I've conquering that one. I did the Count
with the Wind is longer. I think it's longer than Outlander.
Yeah, I think Outlander's like 800 and some pages or something like that.
Yeah, it depends on what edition you have. Like this one is only 850 pages. Only 850 pages. How many chapters are there?
That's not too bad because this one's like 1,023 pages. I think my edition here, and the Count of Monte Cristo was like 1,200. Something like that.
Thanks.
So yeah.
So there's 41 chapters in Outlander. So giving it 2 months, that gives you like weekends off. Read a chapter a day and take your weekends off.
Just a second. I go talk to my dad.
No worries. I shall entertain everyone. I listened and read through Dune. Oh, Dune was one of my dad's favorite books. Yeah, there's a lot of classics. Like I guess you'd consider Dune a classic. I read The Woman in White on audio, which was fabulous. Jane Eyre on audio, which was fabulous. It's the only way that I would get through a lot of classics is via audio. It's the Sarah Show. All right, we're here to take it over. That's fine. That's fine. Ooh, I don't know if Outlander would be for you, Elizabeth. There's some foul language. There's some adult content. So there are parts of the book that are very difficult to read in Outlander. If you've seen the show, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Which my mom had never read the book, but she watched the show, and at the end of season 1, with what happens to Jamie, she was not prepared for that. I said, no, you wouldn't have been prepared for that.
Book fan, and then there was one. I'll come back though.
But I said, it's the Sarah Show.
Well, we're supposed to go eat after this.
Okay.
And so Dad, I keep hearing him, I sure am getting hungry.
And
I'm like, shut up, get a snack. I said, well, we can't just leave it going live without the host to shut it down. So
if you need to go.
He can survive a few more minutes. I told him, I said, get a snack.
We'll give Tiffany a few more minutes.
Snack.
Elizabeth, I'm an adult. What do you mean? I said, there's adult content in Outlander.
The steamy kind of adult content.
Although I do have to, I mean, as a reader of occasionally the schmutty romance, I find in the book, it's not as graphic. I mean, the TV show is going to amplify.
Yeah.
Right? Which I actually, like, I preferred season 2 of Bridgerton over season 1. Because I found season 1 was just, like, way too spicy for me. I'm like, it was not that spicy in the book. Season 2 was sweeter.
I went to, we have this, like, daily deals place, and they had books for 50 cents.
I heard you talk about your recent one. Oh, you got Romancing. Oh, Colin's story.
And I was like, ooh, it's a Bridgerton book. I haven't read Bridgerton yet, so I got one.
Ooh, nice.
And okay, I think I also have To Sir Philip with Love or something.
To Sir Philip with Love is book 5, I think.
So now I got that one. I'm getting there eventually. I'll have them.
The Duke and I is the first one. So, in my honest opinion, I love The Duke and I. That was a great book. However, books 2, 3, and 4 were my hands down favorites. After that, like To Sir Philip with Love, I really liked too. But to be honest, the last 2 books in the series, It's in His Kiss and On the Way to the Wedding, I've only read both them once, and they're not favorites of mine. But go through.
Womack says occasionally smutty.
Occasionally smutty.
And is Outlander as bad as Game of Thrones in a graphic respect? And I would probably say probably not.
No. Game of Thrones is brutal.
It's because I did watch one episode of Game of Thrones and said nope.
I remember I was when it was like a big to do, and everybody, when Game of Thrones was on TV and everybody was reading the books, my brother had read them all at that point, and I'm like, I'm gonna read Game of Thrones, and I remember my brother turning to me saying, "Don't get attached to any characters."
With like sexy time content on the show, I don't think Outlander is as bad as Game of Thrones from just I've not even watched Game of Thrones, but I've like heard about it. So I would say.
Yeah, no, it's like when my husband was watching The Walking Dead. It's like, oh, it's not that bad. And I sat down with him, and like after like a half an episode, I'm like, no, I'm good, thanks. I don't like gore. I don't. I'm sorry.
Like I like to read horror, and I like to watch certain horror movies. Like I like killer animals. That's my kind of thing. And,
yeah, okay.
And stuff. But everybody's like, I can't believe you've not ever like watched The Walking Dead. I've never watched it. My friend, she started on the downhill where she's like, oh, tonight we have to watch Walking Dead.
Oh.
And I'm like, that's when you know a series has gone on too long.
I know.
Whenever you're like, oh, I have to watch Walking Dead.
Oh, we were
She's
talking
like,
about...
yeah, she goes, I think they could end it and I would be okay. And then they bring out what, like this spinoff, like the Fear the Walking Dead or whatever.
Yeah, and well, obviously capitalizing on,
yeah,
how big the show is and stuff. But no, I mean, there are like the thing that you got to remember about Outlander. It's the Jacobite Rising. So I mean, this is stuff that actually happened. Like this is historically, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's
why I like historical too, because I learned something.
Right? And like Gone with the Wind's a little bit different, but like I read that Yankee Widow, and as much as I didn't care for the book itself, I have to say that historically, like the Gettysburg Battle that they described sounded pretty bad. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Wuthering Heights I need to get to.
Yeah, I need to try that one. It's on my like classic TBR to try it one of these days.
Have you read
It's funny,
Frenzy?
Oh, sorry. I have not read Frenzy. I was trying to look it up, but do you know who the author is? Because
Killer Animals at Summer Camp. That sounds fun.
Sounds like something I would like.
Yeah.
I like middle grade horror. They're fun. I think they've got like that spook level for like people who don't like spooky books. Like
spooky light.
Though sometimes I think they're a little too spooky for middle graders. They got like a perfect spook for adults.
Have you read any of the Goosebumps?
Yes.
Okay, because I've never read Goosebumps.
I've just read them as adults, not as kids.
Okay, okay, interesting.
Like Animal Farm Zombies. Ooh, that sounds fun.
Sounds like an entire genre that needs to become a thing. I'm just picturing a deranged sheep going, bah. Robert Lederick.
Oh, okay.
What about the Fear Street? Have you tried any of the Fear Street? I know they're more YA, but
yeah, I have read some of the Fear Street, and then I've read some of the new ones, like when he did like Return to Fear Street, and they're kind of hit or miss. Some of them I like, some of them I didn't.
I found that they played off that stereotype from like the 90s where it's like the pretty girl goes into the basement and she ends up getting murdered. And, you know what I mean?
Yeah. It's like Christopher Pike. Did you ever read Christopher Pike?
Oh, I found some of it at the thrift store and I've been recollecting them. I love Christopher Pike.
Like I at the thrift store and they had a bind up of 3 books. They were like 3 horror books. But in the middle was a Christopher Pike book, and so it was $1. And I'm like, well, these other 2 are anthologies, but I just got it for the Christopher
Pike. Yeah,
they were together. It's like $1 for 3 books. Okay.
Oh yeah, yeah. You guys have thrift stores that we just do not have up here. Like I'm so jealous.
Yeah, well, and I just found like the Finicky Fox this year, which is like this guy has like an amazing collection of like books. And like they're all different prices, and they're like 25 cents, 50 cents, $1.50, $2, or whatever, just depending on what it is, I think, and how new it is, or how thick it is, or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can tell where that price didn't work, and he slapped a new sticker on it. Maybe it was 50 cents, but now it's 25 cents, just trying to get rid of things after a while, or whatever.
Yep. Yeah, we've got the Value Village and stuff, which is like standard because it's a chain. right? So like their price is like it's $1.50 for a Harlequin, and I'm like, okay, fine, it's still cheaper than a new book, but it's still $1.50. And the problem is that they don't have them labeled. So if I take it up to the cash, if I get a stack of them, the people at the cash have no idea. And they're charging me like, do you know what I mean? I'm like having to point out to them that no, this is a blah blah blah. But we have a great little used bookstore and comic book store about a half an hour away. And they have the bins. And then when they get the Harlequins, when they're starting to pull them off the shelves because they're not selling, they reduce the price on them. So it's like 5 for $1. That I will buy all day long. Like, just give me all of them.
Well, it's like the Daily Deal place where I went. It's one of these stores where they get like the bent like pallets of stuff, and then they just mix it all together. Well, they try to be a little bit organized where they have like electronics here and houseware here and things like that and toys over here. Well, they just kind of mix some books in. Well, it's the first day starts out at $9, and then it goes down each day until Friday's like 50-cent day.
Oh,
and
wow.
he's like, nobody was buying the books until 50-cent day. So he's like, okay. So he's got these bookshelves over here with his books, and it says paper books 50 cents. He goes, obviously that's what they're going for. So he
absolutely, yeah, give the public what they want.
Hey guys, whenever you wrap up, I'm gonna have to try to figure this out. The dealership in Tennessee is telling Kevin that they don't have any way to help him with a rental or anything else. He's just stuck because they can't do this or that, and they're saying that they can't find the policy under because of this, and it's just a mess. I'm like, we just bought a brand new car, and now you're telling me that I gotta try to get some stuff figured out because he doesn't know what he's gonna do, and then they're saying they can't work on the car till at least Tuesday, and oh my god.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, Lord.
We're ready.
It'll be fine. It'll all work out.
We're ready to wrap it up. You need to go. We were just
we're done
ourselves until you got back.
Yep.
I'm sorry. I was on the phone so many times. So
don't apologize.
All right, everyone.
But I would like to say hi to Breezy Ann who just came in.
Yes,
hello.
All right, everyone. I'm gonna go try to figure this out because
good luck.
I want Kevin home.
Yes, I know. Yeah. So yeah, you go figure that out. So
yeah.
All right, everyone. Have a good weekend. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Okay.